Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, place where we unpack the confusing world of business and finance. And let's just say Provident Financial Holdings has some interesting news to share that might just surprise you. Alright, let's dive into what Provident Financial Holdings Inc. has been up to. This report is all about their latest financial results for the quarter and fiscal year that ended on June 30, 2025. Companies like this, they have to tell everyone what's going on with their money, and this is their way of doing that. So the big news dropped on July 28, 2025. This is the date they officially released their findings. Now for the nitty-gritty, Provident Financial Holdings trades on the Nasdaq under the symbol PROV. The main point of this filing is to share their financial performance. Think of it as a report card for the company's money matters. They presented their results for both the 3-month period ending June 30th and the entire fiscal year leading up to that date. This is where we get to see how well they've been doing. Beyond just the numbers, they also put out an investor presentation. This usually means they're giving a more in-depth look, often with charts and graphs to help investors understand how they see their performance and future. This report includes a news release with those results. And of course, there's that investor presentation. These are key documents because companies usually put their best foot forward and highlight what they want investors to focus on. This section is basically a table of contents for the supporting documents. You can see here they're filing the news release and the investor presentation as exhibits, which just means they're attached to this report. But they also point to an interactive data file. This is for tech-savvy analysts who want to pull the numbers directly into their own systems. It's like giving them the raw ingredients to cook up their own analysis. Signing off on behalf of the company is Peter C. Fan, who holds a pretty important title, Senior Vice President and Chief Financial Officer. As the Principal Financial and Accounting Officer, he's essentially the person responsible for making sure all these numbers are accurate and presented correctly. Now, let's talk about what this actually means. Companies file these reports because they have to be transparent with their shareholders and the public. It's a way to show how they're performing, if they're making money, if they're growing, and what challenges they might be facing. For Provident Financial Holdings, we're looking at their performance through the lens of banking and financial services, as their name suggests, and their primary operating entity is Provident Savings Bank. When we look at these kinds of reports, we want to see a few key things. Are revenues going up? Are profits increasing? Are they managing their expenses well? Are they growing their customer base? For a bank, you'd also look at things like loan growth, deposit growth, and the quality of their loan portfolio. While this filing doesn't contain the detailed financial tables that we might see in a 10Q or 10K, the fact that they are issuing a report with financial results and an investor presentation tells us they are communicating important updates to the market. The context here is that these reports are usually released to inform the public about key business developments, and for a financial institution, that almost always centers on their earnings and financial health. What we can infer is that they felt it was important to publicly share their performance for the quarter and year. The presence of an investor presentation suggests they might be highlighting positive trends or addressing any investor concerns. Without the actual numbers from the exhibits, it's like knowing a movie is coming out but not seeing the trailer. We know there's information and it's being presented by the CFO, but the detailed story of their financial health, growth, or any potential pitfalls isn't laid out in this particular document. However, the act of filing these updates is a sign of active engagement with the market. They aren't hiding anything. They're putting the information out there. The fact that they are a publicly traded company on the Nasdaq means they are subject to these reporting requirements, and these filings are a core part of how investors make decisions. So what's my take on this? Well, Provident Financial Holdings is playing by the rules, giving investors the information they need through official channels. The emphasis on both a news release and an investor presentation suggests they have something specific they want to convey about their financial standing. It's a standard yet important step in corporate governance. The real story, of course, lies within those attached documents, the news release and the presentation, which would give us the actual financial figures and the narrative the company is building around them. Now, if you found this breakdown helpful, even without diving deep into the numbers just yet, make sure to smash that like button. And if you want to stay ahead of the curve on decoding corporate filings, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We also have a fantastic community over on Discord where we break down these topics further. The link is in the description below. What are your thoughts on what Provident Financial Holdings might be highlighting in their investor materials? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.